Amazing. What do we do about this? You guys did a tour there. We heard about it and kind of came in under your wing. We appreciate you guys contacting us and the work you're doing. If we just get more Austinites or more people listening in upstate New York or Chicago or California right now, we have listeners all over the country. We have over 80 affiliates, XM radio listening right now. This is really toxic waste. You guys are fighting. If more people would stand up, the majority of the EPA scientists I know signed letters. We've had their head on saying this is toxic waste. The government doesn't like this. The people that actually work in the government know it's bad. How do we end this? And then tell us about the tour. And we'll get some comments from Ray Nadler-Olnick. Ray?
Ray has been speaking to the city council, so she should talk about that.
Yeah, tell us about solutions.
Yes, actually, my idea came from you.
Oh, really?
Well,
for spurring people to take it. I didn't know that.
It partly came from Joyce Rowley, and it partly came earlier from circumstances, which we can go back to if you want. But basically, the idea of fluoride had entered my mind. I had heard you talking about it more and more on the radio, and I listened to you every day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, faithfully. And one day last fall, a man called in from another state. I think it was Pennsylvania. He was not a Texan, and he said, I've been trying to wake the people up around me to fluoride, and they just aren't listening to me. They dismiss it. They shrug it off. What should I do? And you said, among other things, you said, get active, go to City Hall, become known as the guy who talks about fluoride every week. And you had other suggestions too, like start a radio program, advertise filters, water filters, and as a way to fund yourself. But
exactly, that way you're helping people and funding yourself. It's symbiotic.
But it is. But what really struck me was, bingo, I can do that. I have the time flexibility to do that. And I studied. I was a total political virgin. I will have to say I have never lifted a finger in activism before, although I have given money to all my favorite broadcasters, including you.
But there you go, the 600 into the valley.
Oh, my gosh, yes. I studied it a little, and I came to realize that they had the citizen communication at noon when most people can't come. This is for our communications.
Yeah, it used to be at night, but now they've made it so hard. Got to sign up a week before.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, now next will be 1 year.
It's 2 weeks.
20 years, Bob. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
They don't want to hear from you.
I had been under the impression it was evenings too.
I guess they keep changing it.
Well, this is for items that are not on the on the agenda.
So what you do is scan the agenda. Anything on water related, you can come in.
You're right, and I have
anything that's related to the environment.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, we have just started talking before the environmental board in a similar way. That suggestion came to me from Neil and also from Paul Robbins, who is a very well-known activist in Austin. In fact, the editor of the Austin Environmental Directory. And he had that idea, so now I'm going to be doing it not only on council meetings, but also...
And what we need is more people like you.
We're going to try to get that, and in fact, on this program, people who are interested will hear about it.
And don't let them stop you. I mean, pretty soon they're just going to get rid of it altogether, but then you just go speak on items. You just go check each week what the agenda is. But go sign up, take your lunch off, take a bag lunch and eat it while you're driving down there, and go let these creatures know that you don't want this poison in the water. I mean, it's not our opinion. A fish can't live in it.
I know that.
Well, no, I know you know, but the new listeners don't know.
Yeah, what we were told yesterday on the tour, as Ray saw, is that all the city has to do is turn the little tap off where the hydrofluoric acid is coming out, or hydrofluorosilicic acid. And so Ray might want to point that out, too. I mean, that was quite amazing that the city said all they have to do is just turn it off and stop it.
Well, there's laws against forced medication, and they say they're doing it for our teeth, and all the studies say it makes them fracture and gives you dental fluorosis. And now The American Dental Association, as you know, 2 years ago began recommending children not brush their teeth with it. I mean, even the Dental Association says it's bad, but we can't get these bastards to take it out of our water.
Well,
I'm sorry.
They also said, the Centers for Disease Control and the American Dental Association, that fluoridated water should not be used to make up infant formula. So mothers haven't been warned. They didn't really make that widely public.
Well, it's your activities and everybody else taking action. We're having victories here. But I'm going to shut up because we got a guest popping in with you on the same subject in the next segment, and we're going to keep you till 40 after. Then Gary Talis, been vindicated, 9/11 truther, been slandered by Fox News is coming on, but that's a separate issue at the end of the show. Tell us about what happened at this tour. My guys were there, but they had to turn their cameras off for national security. Tell us how you got in, what happened, how important this was.
Well, a month ago, I decided that it would be a good idea to request a tour from the city. So they agreed, and then I said that other people would like to join the tour. I thought it would be a great educational opportunity for people to see how the water purification plant works for the city and where they're adding the fluoride, and to hear this straight from them. And so we toured most of the plant. And when we came to this containment building, where they have two hydrofluorosilicic acid storage tanks, several thousand gallons in size, that building, I mean, it's a containment building. So if there's a leak, everything is contained in there. But it's obvious. The doors are labeled that this is a highly toxic, corrosive, acidic material. And they've got a shower in there in case you get exposed, and you could see some signs of corrosion to some of the paint and materials where there's probably been some vapor leak, because this is such a corrosive material. In fact, where the tanker truck comes in and unloads the liquid hydrofluorosilicic acid into the pipes to fill the tanks, you could see where there had been leaks, and the concrete was corroded on the ground. It was kind of eaten away where a few drops of this stuff have gotten down. So, and on all the lines that the city has there, the lines containing this chemical are all specially colored and labeled that this has fluoride in it.
Well, I just want to point out that we drilled the well on our family property in East Texas into the Keachai level. That's 600 feet down. It's a little aquifer. And I have family that runs the local water district. They work there. And, they're at the plant. It's actually it's my uncle's wife's brother. But the point is, he said it's the purest, best water, aquifer water, and they make them add all these chemicals under federal law. He thought it was some mandate. But the issue is Austin has great aquifer water. There's no reason to be doing any of this, adding chlorine, any of it. I mean, that's a whole nother subject. I mean, if you've got aquifer water and you're not drinking out of some toxic reservoir that's got sewage in it, like Dallas or something, why on earth would you put anything in the best water there is?
Well, they definitely talked about the different treatment chemicals that they're adding, but our tour was more focused on the fluoride. But they went through the water treatment and purification process, the filtration process. So it was very interesting. I think we learned a great deal, but we could see, from our own eyes that they're doing this fluoridation actively there. They're putting so many gallons in, a day, and they have to keep buying this chemical product. But if people, wanted this stopped by, calling, emailing the mayor and the city council, going down to speak, the city could easily turn it off and probably save $1 million a year.
That's right. That's the other point. I've seen the studies. This is toxic waste these mining companies would have to pay to get rid of. Instead, they make us buy it. What schmucks? Stay there. Let's talk more about taking action against this when we get back.
With food prices